Good morning, love. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good everything, wherever you are. What's up, Brave fam? It is your girl, naturally your Braider, and I'm back in the lab, ready to dive into some seriously inspiring hair journeys. Okay, listen, we all know the feeling of sitting in that chair, hoping for the best, but we know sometimes things go sideways. Okay, but today, we are not dwelling on the drama, okay? We are celebrating the ultimate glow ups, okay? The big chops that are giving us life. So I've scoured the internet and found some big chop transformations that are about to blow your minds, okay? So let's get right into it. Also, don't mind me, I'm steaming my gorgeous locks, okay? My weekly regimen. Make sure you keep your hair moisturized, okay? So anyways, let's get right into it. Let's start our first video. Okay, so the first video we have is called Cutting 8 Years of Damaged Hair, Keratin Damaged Hair, Big Chop, Curl Smoothie Damaged Hair. This is by Elliott Hair Care USA. And let's go ahead and get right into it, guys, because from the looks of it, it looks like she has some beautiful hair. So big chops like this always makes me sad because I wish my hair could get like that. But eventually it'll get like that. So let's just get right into it.
Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So my client here came in today wanting to do a big chop on her hair because she decided to do a home keratin treatment and it really just damaged her hair to an unbelievable place, especially on her ends. So before I even started the shampoo process, I did have to go through and slightly detangle her. Her hair is really, really long. She also says that she is somewhat relaxed or texturized, and she decided to do a keratin a couple years ago. And since then, her hair has just gone to the poops. On top of that, she used another company's curl smoothie, and she thinks that it definitely changed her texture. So we decided that today was the day where it was just time for a haircut, number one. And number two, we wanted to just really get her hair back in order. So her hair did feel slightly.
Okay, real quick. So, do you guys know what a keratin treatment is? Do you guys know what a relaxer is? And do you know what a curl texturizer is? Let me know in the comments which one of these you guys know. I'm not well versed on the different types of treatments, but I would assume that a keratin treatment is something that helps restore the biotin or the keratin in your hair. Listen, I'm no expert on those things, but that's what I would assume. And I've heard in the past that they do kind of change the texture of your hair. So it sounds as though this is what happened to her, and she's very upset at the results. So now she's headed to the last result, which is cutting it off and starting brand new. So let me know in the comments which one you guys know.
Dehydrated. So I decided to go in with our moist repair system, mainly because I could tell that her ends were really fried. They were also colored previously. And while she has a beautiful head of hair, her ends tangled so bad that there was just a lot of tangling going on. So I started off with the Moist Repair shampoo, cocktailed with a little bit of our Soothe and Balance scalp pre-treatment just to kind of help add a little bit of moisture. But she also said that her scalp was also flaky and she had some other things going on with her scalp. So that's another reason why I cocktailed the Moist Repair with our Soothe and Balance pre-treatment. So that's what you guys see me rubbing on now. And I also had some mixed in with the shampoo before we started. Now, I did want to give her a good wash, but what I definitely will say going forward, you guys, is if your hair is in a place where it tangles really easily, try not to manipulate the hair too much. If you notice, I'm giving her a good scratch, but I'm keeping the hair in one direction and trying not to be too vigorous with my scratching because I don't want to tangle it more than it already is. So, of course, I'm using warm water to rinse her, which is definitely Very important, especially at this phase of the.
Okay, so she's
Now that the
washing.
our Hydra Strength leave-in, which was my tester bottle, and then I'm just spraying it all over her hair. Now, because her hair is really, really tells you definitely how tangled her hair really is. And it is all stemming from her hair on the ends. She has about 7 to 8 inches of colored, dehydrated, tangling hair. And that was one of the biggest challenges when it came on to helping her, especially now. She was very, very discouraged about her hair when she first came in, but I can tell you guys she had a smile on her face when she left, and her hair looked absolutely beautiful. So
I don't know if you guys can see it, but she's literally like the way her hair is tangled, she's literally trying to detangle the hair in the most gentle state possible. She's trying to be as gentle as possible. But, you know, when your hair is tangled, it's tangled. Like it's very hard to detangle your hair. So, as a hairstylist, when our clients come in and their hair is not detangled properly, it is very imperative that you guys care for the hair. Don't just take a rat tooth comb and rip through the hair, because a lot of braid clients, they have the goal of growing their hair. A lot of them are just want a protective style, or they're just loyal to braids. But reverting back to braids, just make sure that you guys take care of your client's hair when it comes to detangling, because that is the make or break for length retention. Detangling the hair literally makes or breaks your length retention. So with this, I respect that she's definitely taking her time and making sure that she properly detangles her client's hair, even though it is extremely damaged at the ends. And even though she knows she's going to cut it, she's still taking her time. So I respect that.
so you guys watch all the way till the end so you can really see the hair and the cut that we did as well. Now, I started out using the puzzle brush, which is a part of our 4-piece detangling kit, to start the detangle process. But as I started going up the shaft, I noticed that I really needed some real armor here. So that's why I switched over to our wide tooth comb, because it allowed me to move slightly faster, and it didn't feel like it was raking her hair. Now, remember, her ends are damaged, you guys. They're not salvageable. I wouldn't keep them. They're actually making this process even longer, because even as I'm detangling her, her ends were tangling all over again. So
Oh my gosh, look at all that beautiful hair. Like, I just wish that my hair was that long right now. I really do. I mean, we see what we're working with right now. I'm at a little I'm a little afro. I'm a TWA, and I've been like this for forever because I just keep cutting my hair. But I'm done cutting my hair. I promise. I'm done cutting my hair. I promise. But that's why I swear by braids, because if I keep looking at it like this, I'm going to keep cutting it. So I'm sad. I'm very sad that she's cutting her hair. But, it is what it is. If her hair is not salvageable, I definitely wouldn't recommend keeping those ends, because that's going to cause more damage up the shaft, and it's going to cause more breakage, and it's just going to be a tangled mess. So
once we got finished with the detangling process, I did rinse her out thoroughly with cool water. She went under the dryer for about 30 minutes, and I separated her hair under the dryer to keep it from tangling again. And then we blew her out the remainder of the way. This process took us about an hour between the detangle, the drying, and the blow drying. So now we're going to silk her out to prepare her for the cut. Now, I know a lot of you are looking at her hair like, oh, I would not have cut anything off of this hair. It looks absolutely amazing. Well, looks can be definitely deceiving, you guys. I can honestly tell you that even while I am silking her, at certain parts of the head, my comb was getting stuck, and she is fully detangled. Okay, she's fully detangled. So that tells you, even now, I got stuck even just in the clip, with those ends that were fried from her home keratin and her curl smoothies and all these different things that she was trying on her hair to kind of help the situation, when all it really did was hurt the situation even more. But I can tell you guys now, the hair that is in a great place actually felt absolutely amazing. She was really happy. It was nice and soft. She already came prepared, knowing that she was going to be getting a haircut. She actually came in and wanted a relaxer at first. And then I told her, we just kind of consulted, and we consulted for a good amount of time. And that's when she made the decision that she wanted to be able to go back into her curl pattern if she chose to. So we said, okay, relaxer is definitely not it. So that's, but we used all four of those to create an amazing cocktail for her hair, and her hair felt absolutely amazing. It was extremely soft, even though it's still tangled because those ends definitely had to come off. Her hair was very soft, and she was very happy with how soft it was. Now I'm using the Babyliss Prima. I think it's 3100 or the 3300, and that is what I use to silk her.
Her hair is just, it's so beautiful. But I did see that tangling, and when it's time to let it go, it's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. So I get it. But it's just, it's really pretty. But also in the Black community, guys, we really have to stop like prioritizing length over health. Um, it's nice to have lengthy hair, but it also is nicer to have healthy hair. I'd rather have healthy hair than to have damaged hair, honestly, any day, because the damaged hair is going to continue to be damaged, and it's going to stunt your growth. You're not going to have any length retention with damaged hair. So let's normalize health over length. Okay. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
So now it is definitely time for the cut. I know a lot of you are sitting there like, oh, I would not have cut anything. But trust me, this is for the greater good, you guys. Her hair on the ends needed to come off because they were literally getting caught, even with just combing her hair. So I'd use my cutting comb and my clippers to just kind of give her an even base. And really, the hair we cut off was the hair that she had colored years ago, and it was already breaking. She said that her hair at this point is actually 50% of the fullness that she used to have since doing the keratin treatment, since doing the curl smoothie, since doing all these different things to her hair, and her hair has really suffered. So at this point, we're taking off years of damage that has been sitting there and just been hindering the great or beautiful hair that she has going on right now. I can tell you guys, after today's haircut, she is not going to have a lot of problems with tangling. She did still have a little bit of color, but I didn't want to take her that short. And I think that over time, that hair will grow out. So I did keep it nice and even. I didn't do any layering at this point, only because I want her to enjoy her length and get used to her hair being in a place where she can manage it first. And then over time, we can change up the style. She actually drove to me. It took her, I want to say about 2 to 3 hours to get to me to do her hair, which I'm truly grateful.
The respect. Listen, when you are a specialist, when you know what you're doing, people will go lengths to get in your chair. They will fly, they will drive, they will road trip, whatever. They will do what it takes to get in your chair. So definitely, I respect this young lady for having the demand and the knowledge and the skill and the specialty to understand big chops and the health of the hair and things of that sort. So yeah. Do you guys have any stylists that you would fly out for? Let me know in the comments, because I know a few people that I would probably fly out for just to say I done it. So let me know.
And I'm truly humbled because you guys are definitely supporting Elite Hair Care USA, and you are driving and flying to me. And I just feel truly blessed for that. So I thank you guys so much for all of the support. Now, I'm not going to go section by section and curl her. She's already gone through so much today. I did spray a little bit of our goddess polish on her hair just to update. The goddess polish will be coming back come March. So you guys look out for that. And now I'm just doing some large section bumps, just a bump on the end, nothing too fancy. I didn't want to go back over her hair again and silk her out again and again and again. So that's another reason why the silk press, if you do it right, you don't have to go back through and do small sections of curls and all that stuff unless you're doing like barrel curls. Okay. And then she would be wrapping her hair at night. We also talked about products that she'd use at home. So for her, I recommended the Moist Repair shampoo conditioner. And then I also recommended the Hydra Strength leave-in conditioner rather than the Moist Repair. Reason being is because her hair is so long, tangling is probably going to be one of the things that she deals with the most, or detangling will take her a very long time. So the Hydra Strength, because it has some amazing detangling properties, that is going to change her life. And that's another reason why I recommended the Hydra Strength leave-in conditioner over the moist repair leave-in conditioner, and they both give good benefit, so she can benefit on either side. Now, I want you guys to comment down below. Tell me what you thought about the process. Tell me what you guys thought about her hair. As you can clearly see, it is nice and soft. And when she left, she was very happy, very, very happy. Her hair came out amazing. It was beautiful. That's all. It was just beautiful. Her hair was beautiful. Okay? Yes. All right, you guys. Also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, share this video with your friends and family on your social media platform. And don't forget to visit elitehaircareusa.com to get any of the products that you guys heard me mention today. You can also use code YouTube20 to get 20% off if this is your first time ordering. Once again, that code is YouTube20, and that will give you 20% off your first order at Elite Hair Care USA. But I thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and check out The Goddess Polish when it releases in March, you guys.
Wow, 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 wow. How beautiful is that? Like, her hair was just so beautiful afterward. I know she had to sacrifice a lot of length, but I mean, that's what happens when your hair is extremely damaged. You have to sacrifice length in order to obtain healthy hair. Like, when it's extremely damaged, those split ends gotta go. They gotta go, because it's like dust in a cabinet. You gotta clean the dust out in order for your cabinets to be clean. You know what I mean? In order for your utensils to be clean. You don't want a dirty cabinet. Okay. You don't want a dirty pantry. It's contaminating the food. That's how split ends are. So let me know in the comments if you are team length or team health. I'm team health. So I just want to know what you guys are, because I already know what time it is. All right, let's go to the next video. All right, so we've got Big Chop after 30 years of relaxing her hair, transitioning to natural, by Elite Hair Care USA. This is going to be very interesting because we love to see the transitioning transformations. They are absolutely just gorgeous to me. So let's get started.
Beauties, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA, Elite Total Body Care, and Private Label Hair Care Company. So today, my client came in and decided that after being relaxed for over 30 years, it is time for her big chop, as you guys can tell.
First of all, can we touch the fact that she's been relaxed for 30 years? Not 3, not 13, but 30 years. That's a lot of time to be relaxing your hair. For some women, that's all they know is a relaxer. Their mother did it, their grandmother did it, their great-grandmother did it. And it is a big transition to go from relaxed to natural. Because let me tell you, the ease of just waking up and maybe putting a straightener to your hair, if it starts to have that like stringy look, versus waking up like this. Ooh, child, almost dropped it. But versus waking up like this, oh yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. But this is not to bash naturals. This is just to say it is a transition. It is difficult. It takes some getting used to. But we can all figure it out. And if we go to educated people and if we educate ourselves, we can have a successful natural hair journey. So I'm excited to see this big chop.
She's been transitioning for quite some time, and it was just time. Okay. So what I had to start out doing is using our Elite Clarify to remove a lot of the oils and product from her hair. Her hair was really, really heavy. If you guys can tell by looking at just the relaxed part, you can tell that it was like stringy, and not stringy in a damaged way, but more stringy because there was a lot of product and buildup on her hair. So I started out by doing what we call a dry shampoo, and then I also sprayed a little bit of my astringent concoction. This concoction is used for removing buildup on the scalp and also the hair. So I know a lot of you are like, wait, isn't a dry shampoo a product? Yes, a dry shampoo is a product, but I don't actually use the product dry shampoo. I just use our Elite Clarify and cleanse the hair, and it allows me to extract a lot of that excess oil or buildup from the hair before I actually do my traditional shampoo service. This is also something you guys can do at home. If you notice that your hair has a lot of product on it or a lot of oil on it and it has a lot of buildup, you can dry shampoo it first and then you'll rinse it with cool water, and that will help to remove all of those excess oils. It'll actually solidify the oils and make them much easier to come out. So as you guys can tell,
Let me know in the comments, have you guys ever used dry shampoo? I have not. I've heard it's very, very, very expensive because its properties. But I've also known that like you can buy it probably at Walmart or Target or something like that. So let me know in the comments if you guys have used dry shampoo before, because it's very interesting. The concept of that. The concept of that is very interesting to me because how are you cleansing your hair with no water? It doesn't make sense to me. But they've figured it out. So let me know in the comments if you guys have used dry shampoo.
all of that product is rinsing out in the sink. So it's giving us somewhat of a clean slate to start with. Okay. So very, very important. Very important. Now, once I rinsed out our clarifying shampoo, I did not go back and clarify her again. I know some of you are like, wait, why didn't you clarify her again? Well, in her case, remember, when you're transitioning, the hair is already somewhat dehydrated because it's very, very confused, right? So instead of me going through and doing a complete clarify again after already dry shampooing and clarifying it about 70% of the way, I decided to go straight in with the hair repair and growth shampoo. And you guys know I'm a stickler on using, the least amount of shampoo or product possible. But in her case, I knew that, of course, the purpose of shampoo is to cleanse the hair first and treat after. So in her case,
Guys, real quick, I just noticed the nozzle that she's using to wash her client's hair. Let me know in the comments if you guys have a filtered nozzle. And if you do, has it helped your hair or do you not notice a difference at all? Because I was considering doing that because the hard water I heard has reverse effects to the health of your hair. So I might consider getting a filter because I need all the health that I can get so I can get that length. Okay. But let me know. Do you guys use a filter or you just deal with the hard water?
it would just work out and allow me to cleanse whatever remaining product was on her hair. And then from there, I'm able to also, give her a thorough shampoo and start that hair repair and growth slash transitioning process at the shampoo bowl. Okay. So you kind of just do your due diligence to know when it was already starting to mat up from the shampoo process, plus to straight hair. And that line of demarcation between the straight hair and the textured hair typically is the area where the comb gets caught the most, the brush gets caught the most, and that is when you start to break off that relaxed hair trying to get through it. So if you guys can tell, typically when I do my chops, I would use a comb. In her case, I did not even have that option because it was already starting to mat up from the shampoo process, plus everything that was going on before. So what I did was I just went through and I just went section by section and just literally cut it right at the line of demarcation. But I did not give it blunt cuts. If you guys notice, I'm doing more like a notching style because I know that I'm not going to be able to get all of the relaxed hair off right now. So once she is actually dry and silked is when I complete the trim at that point. And now she is officially on the other side, right? Okay. So after we did the chopping of the hair, I want you guys to notice how her hair just starts to revert. And all of that negative space that was on the strand, it just already started to look a lot better. That relaxed hair was doing no justice for her at all. It really was just holding her hair down. And it just made the hair appear to be very dry. It was all over. And then on top of that, you guys, she is a salt and pepper in some areas. So the salt part of the hair typically likes to look a little more wiry than any other part of the head. So now that all of that relaxed hair, or about 90% of it, is off, what I'm doing now is going through and I'm just doing a semi-permanent color on her.
First of all, sis looks like she has so much hair. Like, I understand why you would be relaxed because the amount of hair that you have on your head, it is definitely giving like high maintenance, extremely high maintenance, because it seems really thick. It seems extremely thick. So yeah.
Her hair. This is going to, of course, boost the shine. It's also going to help cover her silver. And then the semi-permanent color, it's not going to really do any form of damage to the hair. It's really just a deposit only outer layer of color. Okay. It doesn't last as long as permanent or demi-permanent. But in her case, you know, it's just going to revive her hair. It's just going to give it this appearance of um, shininess and this great luster. And at the same time, as I said before, it's going to cover the silver streaks, but it's not going to make it where everything is going to be one color. It'll kind of look like highlights because she has her salt and pepper all over her head, whereas it's not just at the scalp level. So this kind of works out for her. Now, before I go any further, if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also comment down below on this video if you have been transitioning and how long has it taken you to actually transition. I know a lot of you are going to say, I'm transitioning right now. I'm going to cut it off soon. And then there's others that say, well, I transitioned like 3 weeks after I said I was going to go natural. But everybody's journey is different. So share your journey with us in the comments so that you possibly can help someone else, right? Okay, so now her hair is dry. The color service is complete. So I'm going to apply a little bit of the Frizz Tamer and Shine Serum. This is going to be serving as our heat protectant and also a shine booster when we are doing our silk out. Now, if you guys can tell, she has a lot of hair. And I thought this was going to take me a very long time to silk. And it actually did not. Her hair was so easy to silk. It was like butter. It was just like butter. So let's talk about silk pressing, because I know I get that question a lot. Can you transition and still silk press your hair? Absolutely. What I tell people is you want to make sure that whomever is silk pressing your hair, that they understand bonds and understand that when it's time to back off on silk pressing the hair so often. You also want to make sure that you're going to someone that understands the art of silk pressing, because some people will literally go straight in with the hottest thing that they can find. And then after that, you start having heat damage and can't revert. And my number one goal is always to make sure that my clients are able to revert if they choose to. I have some clients who likes their hair to be heat trained, basically meaning breaking the bond and keeping their natural hair straight, but they don't want a relaxer. So it's just dependent on what your needs are. But I always say, if you are transitioning and you want to still get your hair straightened, just make sure that you find the right stylist that understands the.
Listen, I've thought several times, should I just be a straight natural? Like, I've heard stories of women that are straight naturals, and it seems like their length retention retends, okay, if that's a word. But it seems like they're retaining length as a straight natural. So I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments.
Art of this particular service. And I call it an art because not everybody understands how to do it, you guys. Okay. Hairs very sparse. You are trim. This is going to finish out the transitioning process. If you guys look at the ends of her hair in some places where you can actually see the ends, you will notice that there are very straight hairs, very sparse straight hairs on the ends. That tells me, of course, that she does still have some relaxer on the ends of her hair. That's another reason why I like to wait to finish out the service when the hair is silked out, so that I can see the difference between that. Hair is beautiful, nice and shiny and soft. You notice that the comb is not getting caught in her hair, meaning that those relaxed ends are gone and she is now fully natural. Her style was beautiful. She loved it. I loved it. We loved it. And I hope you guys liked it as well. Outside of this, she'll wrap her hair at night and use a stocking cap. And then for her aftercare products at home, she definitely still be using the hair repair and growth shampoo and conditioner.
Wow, wow, wow. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. You guys, let me know in the comments which one was your favorite, big chop or transition. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you join the family, and make sure you hit your notification bell so you don't miss a video. Okay. I will see you guys next week. Bye.